There are corners of the world no map can pinpoint. They don't show up with a search or a pin drop. They're tucked away, waiting for those who sense there's more to find. Just beyond a ridge past a curve, or hidden in a shroud of mist, there's a place that feels like a secret the earth keeps for itself. Even people who've lived nearby their whole lives can miss it, unaware of the wonder just out of sight. It's not just a view to snap a photo of. It's a moment that begs you to stand still and soak it in. Drop a comment and tell us the places you're dying to explore next. Because sometimes the smallest hint can lead you to the greatest hidden gems. Zizhu Temple, China. Zizhu Temple perches at 15,748 feet on a sheer cliff in eastern Tibet's Dingqing County. Formed over millions of years by tectonic uplift and erosion that carved the steep Zizhu mountain from ancient sedimentary layers. Creating a dramatic divide between Danksia red rock formations on one side and alpine grasslands on the other. Dating back over 3,000 years, it stands as one of the oldest Bon religion sites, a pre-Buddhist Tibetan faith that preserved ancient rituals, scriptures, and instruments even as Buddhism spread across the region, symbolizing the resilience of indigenous spiritual practices amid cultural shifts. The surrounding plateau supports diverse alpine flora and hardy wildlife adapted to high-altitude extremes, contributing to Tibet's unique biodiversity. Table Mountain, South Africa. Table Mountain rises 3,563 feet above Cape Town. Its flat-top plateau shaped 260 million years ago from erosion-resistant sandstone layers of the Cape supergroup. Deposited in ancient deserts and later uplifted by tectonic forces, with glaciers and winds polishing its sheer cliffs over the last ice age. Inhabited for millennia by Khoisan peoples who revered it as Shirakawa-go, or Mountain of the Sea, it holds cultural significance as a spiritual landmark etched in rock art and oral histories, later becoming a colonial vantage point during European settlement. Tourists ascend via cable car or hike trails like Platterclip Gorge for sweeping vistas of the Atlantic and city below, often spotting the tablecloth cloud that forms on windy days. Moustiers-Sainte-Marie, France. Moustiers-Sainte-Marie, a village of stone and history, dramatically overlooks Provence's Verdon Valley from 2,000 feet up golden limestone cliffs. Its distinctive geology, formed from ancient Tethys sea reefs about 150 million years ago, was later uplifted by the alpine folding and carved by the Verdon River. Founded in the 5th century by Léorin monks, the town flourished under the Blacas lords. By the 17th century, Moustiers became famous for its faience, delicate, hand-painted ceramics. Today, tourists climb 262 stone steps to the hilltop chapel of Notre-Dame de Beauvoir for sweeping views, then explore the ateliers where this Provençal pottery tradition continues. Hallstatt, Austria. Hallstatt is located along the shore of a glacial lake at an elevation of 1,750 feet. Its dramatic landscape was formed 250 million years ago when the Dachstein Mountains rose from limestone reefs in a tropical sea. During the Ice Age, glaciers carved the valley and exposed salt deposits that became vital to prehistoric trade. From the 8th to 4th century BCE, the Hallstatt culture, Europe's early Iron Age elite, mined salt in the area. Over 1,300 graves filled with artifacts reveal a stratified society with extensive trade networks now displayed in a local museum. The village has less than 1,000 people, but gets more than 1 million visitors each year. Capanna Margherita, Italy. Capanna Margherita sits atop Punta Gnifeti at 14,941 feet on the Monte Rosa Massif. Its rocky perch of granite and gneiss was formed 50 million years ago by the collision of the African and Eurasian plates, which folded the Alps' highest peaks and glaciers in a tectonically active border zone. Built in 1893 by the Italian Alpine Club and inaugurated by Queen Margherita of Savoy, the hut commemorates her ascent and the spirit of early mountaineering. Since the early 1900s, it has served as a high-altitude research station for atmospheric studies. Mountaineers ascend from lower huts, roping up for glacier crossings and reaching the summit to enjoy sweeping views of snowfields and distant valleys, a true test of endurance and solitude. Milford Sound, New Zealand. Milford Sound extends 10 miles into the granite fjords of Fiordland. It was carved 20,000 years ago by retreating glaciers that deepened valleys formed from 500-million-year-old Darren Range rocks, uplifted by the Pacific-Australian plate boundary. The landscape is continuously polished by heavy rainfall, making it one of the wettest places on Earth, with 250 inches annually. Its marine reserve, rich in kelp forests, is home to fur seals, bottlenose dolphins, and fiordland-crested penguins, showcasing one of the fjord's most diverse underwater ecosystems. Milford Sound was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986. Nugget Point, New Zealand. Nestled on New Zealand's South Island eastern coast, Nugget Point captivates visitors with its dramatic seascape and iconic lighthouse. Jagged cliffs rise sharply from the ocean, where massive rocks dubbed nuggets for their golden treasure-like appearance dot the waters, crafting a breathtaking panorama. Erected in the late 1800s, the Nugget Point Lighthouse stands as both a striking architectural gem and a beacon guiding mariners through treacherous seas. Beyond its historical charm, the area invites exploration with scenic walking trails. Vibrant marine life and unforgettable sunsets that paint the sky. A jewel of natural beauty and cultural heritage, Nugget Point weaves itself into the rich tapestry of New Zealand's maritime legacy. Peggy's Cove, Canada. Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia, is an iconic Atlantic fishing village famed for its stark, wave-sculpted granite. Settled by resilient fishermen in the early 1800s, the community's heritage is a blend of maritime European culture and ancient Mi'kmaq history. While the village was founded in 1811, its famous landmark, the Peggy's Point Lighthouse, was first erected in 1868. The current concrete structure dates to 1915, a beloved beacon for a life lived by the sea. The barren landscape, characterized by lichens and seabirds, draws photographers worldwide. Locals still share lobster-fresh stories at harbourside, keeping the village's rugged spirit alive. Sumela Monastery, Turkey. Sumela Monastery clings to a 1,000-foot cliff in the Pontic Mountains. Its foundations, carved into a natural cave system, formed 50 million years ago by volcanic activity and erosion in the Altundere Valley, where tectonic shifts created the steep limestone walls of the Black Sea region. Established around 386 AD, by Greek Orthodox monks Barnabas and Sophronios, it served as a Byzantine center of learning and pilgrimage until the 1923 population exchange with Greece led to its abandonment. Preserving frescoes and chapels that reflect centuries of Eastern Christian art and resilience. Legend claims the monks discovered a Virgin Mary icon, painted by Apostle Luke, in the cave, guiding them to build here as a divine sanctuary against peril. Shirakawa-go, Japan. Shirakawa-go is located in a steep river valley at an elevation of 1,640 feet. Its landscape was shaped by glacial erosion during the last icy age, carved from granite and metamorphic rocks of the Hida Mountains, which were uplifted over 200 million years ago by Pacific Plate subduction. Settled by the 8th century for silk production, the village is known for its gasho zukukuri farmhouses, steep thatched roofs resembling folded hands. In the 1960s, the government planned to destroy the entire village to build a dam, but the villagers successfully protected their heritage. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995 for preserving Edo period architecture and mutual aid traditions. Waitomo Glowworm Caves, New Zealand. Beneath the limestone caves of Waitomo, New Zealand, thousands of glowworms, Arachnocampa luminosa, dangle from the ceiling like a starry night, casting a soft blue-green glow over a 33-foot wide, 98-foot long underground stream. Unique to this region, these insects lure prey with glowing silk threads, while longfin eels lurk in the crystal-clear waters. Formed by millions of years of acidic rainwater eroding limestone, The caves offer a serene experience where darkness gives way to nature's luminous wonder. Jigokudani Monkey Park, Japan. In Japan's Jigokudani Monkey Park, Japanese macaques, the northernmost primates in the world, soak in natural hot springs amid thick snow, with steam rising from geothermal fissures, creating a surreal hell-like landscape. Towering cliffs over 2,500 feet high surround the valley, where over 200 wild monkeys roam freely without barriers, showcasing their remarkable adaptation to harsh conditions. Established in 1964 to protect their social behaviors, the park offers a tranquil glimpse into the harmony of wildlife and rugged nature. Eye of the Earth, Croatia. Croatia's Eye of the Earth. The Saturnia River's source emerges as a giant, almond-shaped turquoise pool about 100 feet wide, where crystal-clear water surges from a cave over 500 feet deep, shifting from deep blue to emerald in sunlight. a rare karst phenomenon formed by millions of years of limestone dissolution. It supplies drinking water to thousands and supports a rich river ecosystem. Without tourist infrastructure, it beckons those seeking solitude, its cool waters evoking the Earth's enduring vitality. Dolomites, Italy. Italy's Dolomites rise with jagged Dolomite peaks over 10,000 feet formed from ancient coral reefs 250 million years ago, creating narrow valleys and spire-like summits that glow reddish-brown at dawn. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, this range showcases life's recovery after Earth's greatest extinction event, with natural caves and arches. Visitors can marvel from scenic lookouts, where winds carry whispers of ancient geological history. Raja Ampat, Indonesia. Indonesia's Raja Ampat Archipelago, with over 1,500 karst, limestone islands jutting from turquoise seas, hosts the world's most biodiverse marine ecosystem, home to 75% of global coral species and over 1,500 fish types in warm waters. A UNESCO Global Geopark, these islands formed from Indonesia's oldest rocks 400 million years ago, with prehistoric cave paintings. Snorkeling among vibrant coral reefs feels like entering an untouched underwater world where the ocean murmurs secrets of life. Capri Island, Italy. Italy's Capri Island, a rugged 4-mile-long limestone block, boasts cliffs over 1,000 feet, plunging into the Tyrrhenian Sea, where the 200-foot Faraglioni rock formations stand like ancient giants. The Blue Grotto's ethereal blue light, created by sunlight, refracting through a 10-foot-wide entrance, stems from volcanic activity millions of years ago. Roman history lingers in Tiberius's villas, while lush hanging gardens offer serenity kissed by salty sea breezes. Polonnaruwa, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's ancient city of Polonnaruwa, a former royal capital, displays a 7-story palace reduced to massive stone walls and intricately carved lion columns surrounded by a vast irrigation system with reservoirs spanning square miles. A UNESCO World Heritage Site. It showcases medieval art and architecture with 40-foot-tall Buddha statues meditating amid lush forests. The jungle's shade evokes the city's golden era as the Rice Bowl of the East. Capri Island, Australia. Australia's Capri Island, the world's largest sand island stretching 76 miles, features over half the globe's dune-top freshwater lakes, perched 650 feet high, their clear waters reflecting ancient rainforests growing on white sand. a UNESCO World Heritage Site formed by millions of years of sediment. Its 80-mile beach hosts dolphins close to shore and multicolored sands from minerals. Driving along the wild coast stirs a sense of freedom tied to Bachula legends of a goddess crafting this paradise. Vatnajökull National Park, Iceland. Iceland's Vatnajökull National Park, covering 14% of the country, holds ice sheets over 3,000 feet thick, where subglacial volcanoes like Grímsvötn erupt, carving glacial rivers and deep canyons. A UNESCO World Heritage Site. It captures the clash of fire and ice with black ash streaks on shimmering glaciers and bubbling hot springs. Trekking across sparkling ice tongues under summer sun reveals Earth's raw power, where geothermal heat sustains life in freezing desolation. Great Smoky Mountains, United States. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park in the U.S., spanning over 800 square miles of ancient forest, is cloaked in blue haze over 6,600-foot shale peaks formed by tectonic collisions 500 million years ago. A UNESCO World Heritage Site and Biosphere Reserve. It harbors 3,500 plant species and the densest salamander population outside the tropics, with streams glinting from mineral sands. Hiking through broadleaf oak forests evokes rich biodiversity, where bird songs blend with the ancient breath of the Appalachians. Reynisfjara Beach, Iceland. Reynisfjara Beach in Iceland stretches along the southern coast near Vik. Its black volcanic sand, formed from ancient lava flows that cooled rapidly in the North Atlantic, grinding into fine grains over millennia. Towering basalt columns, remnants of solidified molten rock, rise like hexagonal pillars up to 100 feet high, while the Reynisfjara Sea stacks up to 200 feet tall, jut from the ocean as eroded remnants of coastal cliffs. Part of the Katla UNESCO Global Geopark, the beach hosts puffins, nesting in summer, and seals along the shore, though powerful sneaker waves demand caution. Local folklore whispers that the stacks are trolls frozen at dawn while dragging a ship ashore. Their stone forms a haunting silhouette against crashing waves. Verdon Gorge, France. Verdon Gorge carves a 15.5-mile-long canyon up to 2,300 feet deep through Jurassic limestone, its turquoise waters tinted by mineral-rich glacial flour, fed by the Verdon River eroding soft rock over millions of years. Towering cliffs of layered stone formed when ancient seabeds uplifted into the Alps create Europe's Grand Canyon, with dramatic overlooks revealing twisted rock arches and hidden caves. Part of the UNESCO Haute-Provence Global Geopark, the gorge shelters diverse flora, clinging to sheer walls and eagles soaring overhead. The area's fragile ecosystem, including rare orchids and vultures, faces threats from tourism, yet its serene turquoise ribbon evokes the quiet power of erosion, shaping timeless beauty. Jeju Island, South Korea. Jeju Island, a shield volcano rising from the seafloor, spans 708 square miles, with over 360 parasitic cones dotting its landscape, formed by eruptions from 1.2 million to 250,000 years ago. At its heart, Hallstatt Mountain soars 6,398 feet, cradling a crater lake amid alpine meadows, while lava tubes like Manjang Cave stretch over 4 miles. Underground, their ceilings adorned with colorful carbonate minerals. A UNESCO World Heritage Site and global geopark, the island hosts 75% of Korea's endemic plants and unique wildlife, including the critically endangered Jeju black cattle. Ancient legends claim the island rose from the union of a dragon and a bear, its fertile volcanic soil whispering tales of creation in the warm ocean breezes. Orkney Islands, Scotland. Orkney Islands, an archipelago of about 70 low-lying landmasses sculpted from old red sandstone, 400 million years old, feature dramatic coastlines and glacial valleys shaped by Ice Age erosion. The largest mainland holds the heart of Neolithic Orkney, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with 5,000-year-old stone circles like the Ring of Brodgar, 340 feet across, and chambered tombs like Maes Shao, aligned with winter solstice sunrises. Rolling peat moors and sea cliffs host diverse seabirds, including puffins and Arctic terns in a temperate maritime climate warmed by the Gulf Stream. Norse settlers once called these seal islands, their windswept green expanses evoking ancient rituals under endless summer light. Saturnia Hot Springs, Italy. Saturnia Hot Springs bubble from volcanic depths at a steady 99 degrees Fahrenheit, their sulfur-rich waters cascading over terraced travertine pools formed by mineral deposits over millennia. Emerging from limestone fissures in the Maremma countryside, the Milky Blue Falls create a series of shallow basins amid olive groves drawing from geothermal sources tied to ancient volcanic activity. The site's therapeutic minerals, including calcium and sulfur, support skin and respiratory health, as noted in Roman records. Local lore ties the springs to Jupiter's thunderbolt striking Saturn in a divine clash, steam rising like portals from the underworld. The surrounding wetlands nurture diverse aquatic life, offering a steamy embrace of Earth's hidden warmth. Puerto Princesa Underground River, Philippines. Puerto Princesa Underground River winds 5.1 miles through a limestone karst cave system emerging directly into the sea, with tidal influences mixing brackish waters in its lower reaches. Formed over millions of years, by rainwater dissolving uplifted coral reefs, the subterranean passage features dramatic chambers with stalactites up to 100 feet long and bizarre rock shapes illuminated by boat lights. A UNESCO World Heritage Site. It shelters 8 bat species and swiftlets echoing in the darkness, plus monitor lizards along mangrove-fringed shores. Discovered in the 19th century, its hidden second level, revealed in 2010, holds waterfalls and deeper pools, evoking a submerged world where river meets ocean in quiet mystery. Mount Bromo, Indonesia. An active stratovolcano at 7,641 feet within the vast Tengger caldera releases sulfur plumes from its 650-foot wide crater. Amid a 6.5-mile sea of volcanic sand. Formed 820,000 years ago from overlapping eruptions, the cones, ash, and lava layers create a barren, moon-like expanse ringed by higher peaks like Semeru. Part of Bromo Tengger Semeru National Park, it supports hardy grasses and rare edelweiss on its slopes, with Java rhinos occasionally sighted nearby. Tengare's Hindus honor it with Yajna Kasada offerings tossed into the crater, a ritual born from legends of a princess sacrificing her son to appease the mountain's fiery spirit. Lake Titicaca, Peru, Bolivia. Straddling Peru and Bolivia at 12,507 feet above sea level, Lake Titicaca, the world's highest navigable lake, spans 232 square miles in an Andean basin, formed by tectonic uplift 60 million years ago. Its deep blue waters, fed by 25 rivers and glacial melt, host over 530 species, including the endangered Titicaca water frog and flightless grebes gliding silently. A tentative UNESCO World Heritage Site, the lake cradles Isla del Sol, birthplace of Inca legends, where sun god Inti emerged to create humanity. Reed Islands, built by Uros people, float on Totora roots, their resilient homes swaying with gentle waves that mirror snow-capped Cordillera real peaks. Bora Bora, French Polynesia. A 5-mile-long volcanic remnant, rising 2,385 feet at Mount Otaman, formed 3 to 4 million years ago over a hotspot. Its central plug, a jagged basalt core, left after erosion stripped away flanks. Surrounded by a 20-square-mile lagoon, fringed by coral reefs, the island's turquoise shallows teem with over 200 fish species and black-tip sharks patrolling Motus low-lying islets of white sand. A UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, its fertile volcanic soil nurtures coconut palms and hibiscus, while Wowo remnants like gun emplacements dot the landscape. Polynesian tales speak of the island as a warrior's shield forged by gods, its emerald waters cradling the soul of the South Seas. Tsingy de Bemaraha, Madagascar. Tsingy de Bemaraha National Park sprawls over 590 square miles of jagged limestone pinnacles, cast spires up to 330 feet tall, sculpted by 200 million years of rainwater erosion on Jurassic seabed fossils. The Stone Forest Labyrinth, part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, hides canyons and caves along the Manambolo River where ferns cling to sheer walls. Home to 8 lemur species, including the vulnerable Deccan's sifaka leaping between needles, the reserve shelters 85% endemic plants amid dry forests. Malagasy law calls the Tsingy where one cannot walk barefoot, its razor edges a testament to nature's unyielding chisel. Lake Tahoe, United States. The Lake Tahoe Basin formed approximately 2 million years ago through tectonic uplift of the Sierra Nevada and Carson Range blocks, creating a depression filled by glacial meltwater and volcanic dam erosion from Mount Pluto, resulting in a depth exceeding 1,645 feet and a surface elevation of 6,225 feet. Glacial activity later sculpted the surrounding granodiorite and quartz diorite landscapes, exposing batholiths that dominate the park's rocky peaks. As a site of ongoing seismic potential with faults capable of magnitude 6.3 to 6.9 earthquakes, it illustrates active basin and range extension. Visitors access interpretive displays along a 72-mile shoreline drive, observing these features from overlooks like Emerald Bay, where ancient lake levels left submerged tree stumps 20 feet below the current surface. Changi Airport, Singapore. Changi Airport, built on reclaimed land since 1981, pioneers sustainable tourism with solar power, recycled water, and 90% waste processing, aiming for a 20% emissions cut by 2030. Its jewel complex, with a 130-foot indoor waterfall and Peranakan-inspired gardens, reflects Singapore's multicultural heritage. Travelers explore free cultural tours and green features like rooftop gardens, experiencing eco-conscious design in a hub serving 68 million passengers annually. Hardangerfjord, Norway. Hardangerfjord, Norway's second longest fjord at 111 miles, supports a rich marine ecosystem fed by glacial melt from the Folgefonna ice cap, hosting over 40 salmon rivers that sustain Atlantic salmon populations and diverse seabird colonies, including white-tailed eagles and puffins. The surrounding Sunnhordland UNESCO Global Geopark encompasses 1,800 square miles of volcanic bedrock from the Caledonian orogeny 400 million years ago, fostering endemic flora like orchids in peat moors and nutrient-rich waters that yield 75% of Norway's fruit production. This interplay of fjord depth up to 2,625 feet and nutrient upwelling maintains biodiversity hotspots amid a temperate maritime climate warmed by the Gulf Stream. Dead Sea, Israel. Jordan, the Dead Sea. Earth's lowest land elevation at 1,329 feet below sea level within the Jordan Rift Valley has receded 3 feet annually since the 1960s due to Jordan River diversions for agriculture and industry in Israel, Jordan, and Syria, reducing inflow by 98% and amplifying evaporation in an arid climate with 6 inches of annual rainfall. Formed 70,000 years ago by tectonic subsidence, it faces further decline unless projects like the Red Dead Conduit restore levels. Visitors float effortlessly at Einbokek spas, while guided tours highlight seismic risks and environmental challenges. Giant's Causeway, Ireland. Giant's Causeway, inscribed as a UNESCO site in 1986, comprises 40,000 polygonal basalt columns formed 60 million years ago from Paleogene volcanic fissures in the Antrim Plateau, where rapid cooling of 92-foot-thick lava flows created hexagonal joints up to 39 feet high. This exposure part of the North Atlantic igneous province has informed volcanology since 18th century studies by Nicolas Desmarest, revealing sequential eruptions that shaped the 4-mile coastal pavement. Local folklore attributes the formations to the giant Finn McCool constructing a path to Scotland, a geomyth echoed in 1693 documentation and preserved in National Trust exhibits. "12 Apostles Australia." 12 Apostles limestone sea stacks along Victoria's Great Ocean Road originated 10-20 million years ago as part of Port Campbell Cliffs, where Southern Ocean waves eroded softer limestone at 2 centimeters per year, forming caves that collapsed into arches and isolated pillars up to 164 feet tall. Now reduced to 7 stacks from 9 due to 2005 and 2009 collapses, this process exposes fossil-rich layers from ancient seabeds with ongoing abrasion projected to eliminate remnants in 300 to 600 years. The site's biodiversity includes scrub vegetation, stabilizing cliffs, and marine species in adjacent waters protected within Port Campbell National Park. Viewers access Gibson Steps for beach-level perspectives, while Parks Victoria monitors erosion to balance tourism, drawing on 1.2 million annual visitors with habitat preservation. Angkor Thom, Cambodia. Angkor Thom, the Khmer Empire's final 12th century capital, spanning 3.8 square miles, features the Bayon Temple's 216 enigmatic sandstone faces, representing Jayavarman's deified rule, constructed atop earlier structures amid a moat and walled enclosure aligned with astronomical events. Archaeological excavations since French École Française d'Extrême Orient, a force in the 1900s, reveal hydraulic engineering sustaining 1 million inhabitants through reservoirs and canals reflecting Mahayana Buddhist cosmology. Inscribed in UNESCO's 1992 listing, the site documents empire decline, post-1431 Thai invasions with bas-reliefs depicting historical battles. Madeira, Portugal. Madeira's archipelago, colonized by Portuguese explorers in 1419 under Henry the Navigator, evolved from a subtropical laurel forest covering 80% of the main island to terraced vineyards yielding fortified wines exported since the 15th century, shaping a cultural landscape of Levada's 1,000 miles of irrigation channels built for agriculture. Volcanic origins from a 20-million-year-old hotspot produced basaltic cliffs rising 6,000 feet, with the Laura Silva Forest, a UNESCO site since 1999, preserving 90% primary growth amid human-modified slopes. This adaptation supported early sugar plantations, transitioning to wine and tourism by the 19th century. Levada walks allow observation of these engineered paths, blending settler history with endemic biodiversity like the Madeira laurel pigeon. Joffre Lakes, Canada. Joffre Lakes Provincial Park, encompassing 3 turquoise glacier-fed lakes at elevations up to 800 feet in the coast mountains, features subalpine Engelmann spruce fir forests, and alpine tundra shaped by Pleistocene glaciation that carved granodiorite basins with rock flour from Matiere Glacier tinting waters vivid blue. Biodiversity includes hoary marmots and pikas in talus slopes vulnerable to trail trampling from 196,000 annual visitors, prompting 2019 reservations to curb overcrowding. Climate projections indicate warmer temperatures, reducing ice cover, altering hydrological flows and species ranges. The 5.8-mile trail offers sequential lake views with indigenous Lil'wat and Nkwatqua stewardship, emphasizing low-impact access to protect fragile ecosystems. Bali, Indonesia. Bali's Subak system, a UNESCO-inscribed cultural landscape since 2012, integrates 200 farmer cooperatives managing terrace rice fields via Trihita Karana philosophy, harmonizing humans, nature and spirit, dating to 9th century water temples like Pura Ulun Danu Batur, overseeing irrigation from Lake Batur. This cooperative governance, rooted in Hindu-Buddhist cosmology, sustains biodiversity through ritual cycles that rotate crops, fostering endemic rice varieties amid volcanic soils from Mount Agung eruptions. Facing tourism pressures eroding 20% of fields since 2000, sustainable models promote visitor immersion in ceremonies. Participants join guided subak tours at Jatiluwi terraces observing equitable water allocation that underpins Balinese social structure. These hidden wonders remind us how breathtaking our planet truly is, each a secret whispered by nature. Let's keep exploring. Subscribe, hit the bell, and share your dream destinations below to inspire the next adventure.